Hello. You're muted.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
All right. Last night, for some reason, they couldn't hear me at all.
Oh, did you change your hair?
I'm bleeding it out to do something fun, so it's light pink right now.
Nice.
Yes, we were able to throw together a new fresh table pop-up this evening. So I just got done unloading trucks and stuff from the regional food banks, which was very exciting. We had one last week, which is our scheduled one, and then the volunteers said, "Hey, we have some leftover meats. Let's partner and do another one next week." And I said, "Okay." So they went to the regional food bank. They shopped the dock. They got a whole bunch of different foods, and so they are running a another food pantry this evening. So it's very
Yeah,
exciting.
nice. Yeah, I'm so thinking of my club. We should do some stuff with food banks. Just trying to do. I do help a lot with my club, but you probably know too. When you get more involved with district stuff, your time is a little more limited.
One other thing that's really cool is like if you just go and volunteer at your regional food bank, like separate the foods and stuff, because all that comes back to your local community. It all comes back to your food pantries where you are. So it's kind of cool to see that full circle. Like you went and you sorted watermelons or apples or frozen meats, and then it comes right back to your own community. So it's kind of a cool thing to volunteer for, and it's only a one night thing.
Yeah, it should be fun. I think Syracuse is where Central New York Food Bank is. I'm sure Utica might have a closer one or two, but I have to look. But typically, like our college where I work gets it from CNY Food Bank. So
Yeah, like our regional food bank is in Albany, but it's only 20 minutes away. And Saratoga has another one. So there are other ones that pop up.
nice.
I see
Um,
coming
I
in.
just I just put something in the news group that Donna had sent over. If Janelle doesn't mention it, I'll try to mention it after she's done. But Charles from Inner City
He
Syracuse.
called me when I was with the regional food bank, and I have to call him back. Pam had a great thing that we used for Festival of Nations.
Mhm.
Just unfortunately, I don't know that I can get it to him by the weekend for him to utilize it. So I don't know if maybe Pam can send it up and they can print a flyer and have it out on the table there. Um,
Yeah, I just
or
meant in terms of just letting the regional clubs know if they don't check social media that there is that table that's going to be there at the fair. So
which is great. Yeah, so Pam,
I
I
can.
might have I might send you Charles's email and talk to him and have him connect with you. I mean, they're probably not going to be able to get the big poster board like we have. If I had known earlier, I would have driven the poster board and met him halfway and given it to him. But
I got it in like let's see, what's today, Wednesday? Maybe not. My UPS store printed it within 24 hours.
all right, so maybe we can get that to him today. Maybe it was a good like find your club,
Yep.
different thing, you know what I mean, diversity type thing for it. So that was a good image to have.
I will send it to him right now.
I when I registered to get the link, I always like the how did you hear of the event? I put
I
in
put working on
help
it.
help coordinate. Like it's like okay. Hi Katrina, how's life down in Norwich, right?
Yeah, it's okay. Cold, but okay.
Are you buried at this point? Is this
Yeah,
every day it's been going?
yeah.
I think we might get lucky, knock on wood. It looks like we're not going to get that nor'easter right now, as of right now for us.
Yeah, but our area is getting some. It's very strange. It's these lake effect showers that are small enough that like the weather app like will just be like it's cloudy and it won't like pick it up at all. And yet like I think we're gonna get 2 to 4 inches. I don't know about Norwich, but they said like central Madison and like going out towards Syracuse, but not quite kind of that Cazenovia um region down there. They're looking at like 4 to 7 tomorrow, so it's just like it just keeps coming. We're already,
If, if the nor'easter bumps up at all, we're looking at another 3 feet to 30 inches of snow.
yeah. Right now, it looks like Nova
Are
Scotia
you
is just
serious?
Yeah, so they're watching it because it's supposed to be Sunday. My kids are like, "Hey, we'll have another no school on Monday." Right now it looks like it's going to be more New England. than up hitting us in New York. We might get the cold from it. But if it comes up anymore, they're talking 3 feet.
Our weather guys are like, I mean, obviously they could change their mind, but they're like, yeah, right now it looks like Nova Scotia is going to get slammed. I'm like, good, let them have it out there on the ocean. I'm telling you, if it comes this way, the DOT is going to need so much help. They're going to put Pam in the salt truck and have her go up and down the thruway because they're going to need more bodies.
I
That,
have got no more room. Like, so my driveway, I could literally throw a rock at my neighbor. So it's like two houses and I have a thin driveway that goes in between. I've got no more room to put snow there. And then I have maybe a very small, my backyard is huge, but my front yard is very small that reaches to the front and it's already up to my porch windows. So I don't know where I would put any more snow.
I don't
I'm
know.
still snowed in. They haven't cleaned my street yet. I can't get out of my parking lot.
Oh yeah, because you guys are still in a state of emergency. You guys have right and left right now, right?
Hopefully tonight they will.
All right, we got a service project. We got to get out to
Pam,
Pam.
Pam, where do you live?
I live in downtown Albany.
Oh gosh.
Because there's no place to put the snow in downtown Albany.
Right,
So they
Right.
literally have to take it out by trucks.
Yeah.
Yeah. I went to school in Troy, so yeah.
So you know,
Yeah.
We
Fortunately, I have the option to work remote and I have a very understanding boss.
How do I turn it up?
if I was successful, I shut off the notifications on my laptop so it should not ping.
Yeah, I don't know if I'm gonna be that lucky. I've got like two phones. I got a work phone, a personal cell, and I try to turn the notifications off, and it usually.
I let all my volunteers know that I was in a session from 7 to 8. So if you need me, please um hold off until then. If it's an emergency, call my child and he can come knock on my door.
True. Yeah, mine's mainly my mom knows. My father, her and my father are the main two that, you know, are texting or whatever. So my mom knows about it. She has to remind him like 10 times. And
My
if,
co-founder and my vice president are there tonight volunteering, so I shouldn't have any issues, but I was like,
yeah.
you never
So
know.
let's see here. So we got, I know Katrina's Norwich. Let's see. Cliff, where are you at in the region?
Northville.
Northville. Okay.
Oh, you get a lot of snow up there too.
Hey,
Our
Cliff.
son,
Yeah, but you
our,
had lots of sunshine this morning today,
Yeah.
didn't you? We did too.
It's the cold that's really getting me, the 10 and 15 below in the morning. Not that I have to get out and do anything that early, but
Yeah.
our family's summer house for generations was a mile and a half off of the Bachelor Bridge up there for years. I love Northville. And your woodworking event is amazing. It's my favorite thing to go to every year.
thank you. We're really proud of that. And, it's on our 17th year this year.
Wow. Wow. I think about that, like how long I've lived in New York and how many times I've been. I've probably been to probably all of them but two.
I think our first one was 7 vendors in it on a lawn of one of the businesses in town.
Yep.
We're
I
up to
remember it
about,
just gets bigger and bigger and bigger, and then you moved over to the park, and
yep.
I
And
I love the Red Barn. That's one of my favorite places to go.
All right. Linda's, both Linda's, where are you guys from?
I get my microphone back on.
I hear
I,
you now. Where are you from?
I'm from Saratoga Springs.
Oh, very nice.
Oh, you guys are
Mm.
getting ready to have your home show.
Yeah, well, I'm actually the Burnt Hills Ballston Lake Club, but I live in Saratoga Springs.
Awesome. We love that club also. I'm from Scotia, so
Oh,
I'm a neighbor.
howdy.
Hello.
Tell Jolene we said hi. That's her club too, right,
It
Jolene?
is Jolene's club.
All right. Carolyn and Becky, where are you guys from?
Carolina and Owego, I think.
Hello.
I think Carolyn's from Owego. I'm not sure, but I want to talk to her because we made friends with a Rotaractor from Owego. She now lives in Syracuse. She just moved here in October. So
Very cool.
Hello, Janelle.
hi, everybody.
I see Deb is in the house. We
Which
have
also which
Carolyn and
also
Becky
means
too.
yeah. If Deb's in the house, that means my buddy Phyllis is in the house too, right?
She's
Oh, there she
working.
is.
Phyllis is
Oh,
working? Oh man.
These snowstorms cause the athletic events to get changed to different days, so that's what she's doing.
yes, yes. They are different days. We have a lot of sports that were rescheduled from Monday.
Mary's here.
I see Matt Adler in the house. Hello, Matt.
Adler's in the
Hi,
house.
everyone.
He was just negotiating legislative changes a few minutes ago for Rotary International.
Yes, I did. Deb, listen, you and I have to talk about promotion of RLI at some point.
Yeah, we can.
Okay.
I've got the afternoon set, so
Okay,
and
we
I
can
did
talk.
talk with Rocky because he's got to be involved with the afternoon part, so
I did
yeah.
talk about it during orientation last night, just so you know.
Okay.
Do you have
Pardon?
any of my new peeps there, Kim,
And
last night?
I'm not sure. I don't think so.
I mean, usually by now I've inundated people with email, and I have not done that this year.
Pam, I'll send you the list just so you can double check.
Okay.
It was a really fun session. I did have somebody from Niskayuna and I had somebody from I want to say Ballston Spa.
I went on to a meeting from Minnesota,
Where's my?
Minneapolis. So it was sort of, I don't want to say membership because it was so much more,
Say I need it or not yet?
but they're doing
Oh, I
stuff.
gotta go. I don't, I think I,
And
I
there was
think I
also another meeting
recycling.
from the other side of us that I went to
Recycling?
just to see what's going on in all these other places.
Okay.
Hello, Kevin.
It's
Hi, Kimmy.
nice.
We got to stop meeting like this.
I know. We were just talking before you came on. Pam is going to send Charles a display that we used for Festival of Nations for a membership driver.
Okay.
She's going to send him the document. I think she
I
might have already sent it.
I just sent it to Charles and Janelle both.
Great. Great. Thank you.
And she had it printed. I don't have time to get it to you. I do have it in a giant 16 by 20 poster board. I just don't have time to get it to you right before the event. But she got it. Pam, do you want, where did you get it done?
My UPS store.
She had
Okay.
UPS
They
printed
printed
it.
it right out. So
I like that since I used to own 3 of them.
oh, I love my UPS store. They're phenomenal. That's
When I tried to
They
call
are my
you the other
go-to.
day, Kevin, I called the store by accident.
And they said, "Who the heck is that?"
No, I didn't even say anything. When they answered, I'm like, oh no, wrong one. Oh well, it's still in my phone.
I did not know that you own UPS stores, Kevin.
Yes, I had 3 of them at one point.
Okay.
Back when I used to work for a living.
I love my local one.
Yeah.
And they're very good to Rotary.
Mm-hmm. Which one do you go to?
I do the one that's in Westgate Plaza.
Okay. Is that Clifton Park?
Nope, Albany.
Albany. Okay. All right.
But I think Clifton Park is the one because when we had this poster done, I literally they did it in 24 hours and they didn't have the board So they had another store do it for me that had the board.
We used to have a place over in Destiny that did it right while you were waiting. I miss it. They've gone and I don't think they replaced it anywhere else.
Oh, Carolyn's on. I see her now. Carolyn from Owego. Do do you recall Laura Robertson? She was a Rotaractor with that was sponsored by your club.
Yes, absolutely. And Matt too. Laura Robertson, yes.
Yep, we made friends with her. She just moved to Syracuse. We invited her to our social event that's
Oh,
tomorrow.
good.
We're hoping some of us others to meet her in person.
Good. Hi, Janelle. How are you?
Good. And I just spoke to Sean the other day. He's a great mentor of mine. So I hope
Oh,
to see
yeah.
you at the upcoming
Yeah.
events. Nice to see you.
It started in about 2, 3 minutes. I knew there were about 50 or so people that had signed up for this, so just give everyone 2 or 3 minutes to log on.
We have another meeting at 7:30, so I don't like to think I'm leaving because I'm leaving. I'm leaving because I'm going.
Sure, we see how it is.
Yeah, those Pels meetings are.
Listen, if you just want to go watch Jeopardy, I mean, I get it. It's okay.
Oh, I don't go watch Jeopardy. My Lord, I've been stuck to the news all day.
Or does Wheel of Fortune go first? I don't know. Depending on what TD market you're on, they're swapped sometimes.
If I'm in Georgia, that's what they watch during dinner.
And sorry, Kimmy, no pizza tonight.
I know there's no mannequin. I'm like, so Syracuse, their club, one of the things that they do is amazing when we do orientation. They have a group session, so everybody comes in, they have pizza, and they have this amazing mannequin that's in the back, and he's always doing something different. So that's what Kevin is referring to.
Hello, Carolyn from my neighboring North Utica Whitestown. Probably also buried in snow at this point. You know, I need to call and check on my buddy Deb. No, not Deb, Barb Freeman up in Adirondack. Yeah, they're probably like under about 20 feet at this point.
Hi there, Jim Doig.
Oh my word. Oriskany Falls has 8 people on.
Yeah, we're having some issues over here, but we got there's only one of us really. We're trying to do one. We get our club here, but
Oh,
we're just having.
Wow.
Cool.
There's 8 of us here. Okay, I see. I thought you meant 8 people joined the meeting because everyone's gonna try to get on their phones and stuff. So
No, they said
Oh.
they were having trouble because of it.
Okay, cool. All right, well, we'll get started. I'll try to share my screen here, and then while I do that, Kimmy can lead us off. There's 5 slides for you, Kimmy, for one for each of the 5 points that you had sent over earlier. So just
Thank
tell
you. I
me
appreciate that.
when you want me to. And by the way, I apologize if anyone gets anxiety looking at all the files that are on my desktop.
I'm pretty sure I said that last night also.
It is. All right, hold on a second.
I think you and Lorenzo are in competition. Lorenzo has about as many as those two or more.
Okay, I think that works.
Perfect. Well, first of all, I want to thank you all for coming out tonight and looking at helping grow your clubs and grow membership. We know that membership is one of the things that is most important right now is growing and getting more service projects out there and doing more good. So I appreciate all of you coming out tonight. Tonight's going to be a collaborative kind of webinar together with membership, public image, and DEI. Because we all really work together when we're promoting something, when we're looking at our clubs, and when we're growing. These 3 sections really work hand in hand, and we're all here to help every single one of you. So we're going to learn about how to incorporate all 3 and then put your membership growth back on track. Go ahead, Joe. Joe's going to be our slide mover this evening, and I appreciate you for doing that. I'm going to move you guys off to the side here.
Just
So
getting breakfast.
today's agenda is going to be membership drivers and CNY resources, DEI reminders, belonging, club culture, and collaboration, public image tips for promoting clubs events, and membership in action. So Janelle is going to talk about the Syracuse Inner City Rotary and some of the things that they are doing. So you hear about these membership drivers, and you might have heard your club say, hey, we want to do a membership event. And what is that? And how can membership help us with that? So one of the things that we talk about for membership drivers is we have funds that we're here to support any club who would like to do a membership recruitment event, a membership driver is what they're also called. And so tonight I'm going to talk a little bit about how you could get those funds and how to do that. I'm sure some of you have done this, like a trivia night, or maybe your clubs have done a service project to grow your membership and get to know your community. So the first step we're going to talk about is developing your idea. So what you're going to do is you're going to create an event, an idea designed to grow Rotary membership. Now, one of the things we have to keep in mind when we're doing these is, I don't know if you guys have been to an event for some other organization or for work, and it's super boring, just listening to a talking head. Somebody just standing there saying, you should join us because, and not really being inviting or welcoming or inclusive. You just feel like you're out of place. So one of the things we really want you to look at is being welcoming and inclusive. We want you to connect Rotary with your local community. So if you're going to do something that's going to connect with your community, those people who are there. If you're going to do something, if you're looking at doing something or partnering with a PTA, make sure that it's a family-friendly event. If you're looking to partner with local businesses, make sure that you're making sure that it is a corporate style event. You want to encourage conversations and relationship building. You want to have those conversations. You can see in this photo, this is from a Saratoga. They had a social get to know us event, and they're really talking to people. They're out there, they're having a good time. They had food, they had snacks. They're really having conversation and building relationships, not just for Rotary, but also for business. It was a business networking. Introduce Rotary's mission, values, and impact. So there is going to be a time where you're going to have to talk about Rotary, but make it fun. Enjoy it. The Saratoga did a great job when they were doing a membership event. They had local organizations that they had partnered with, and they had built things in their community together. They were working on food insecurity in their community, and they had them come and talk about how Rotary has helped them be boots on the ground to grow and do good in their community. So that's another idea for you. And get creative. And events might include trivia nights, get to know us events, hands-on community projects. You might see that your food pantry needs help. Wear your Rotary shirt. Be visible. Next. Step 2, you're going to reach out to the membership team, and we want you to describe your idea and your event. Explain to us how you think this is going to help grow membership. Because one of the things is, as we're talking and getting to know what you're doing, some of our membership team, or we might partner you with the public image team or the DEI team, they might have some ideas to help you make it even bigger and better. And you can share your estimated budget and the funds that you're going to need. So one of the things that the membership team has is we have an allotment from our district. Our district believes in membership so much that they had given us an allotment that we can help clubs put on these membership events. And we're looking at giving away funding from $200 to $250, and that's available upon every approved event. So we want to make sure that you are utilizing this money to grow membership in your community and in your club. Step 3 is you're going to review and approval. Again, you see these members here at a membership event enjoying themselves, having a good time, posing for a photo. The membership team will review your request and confirm the alignment with membership growth goals, your budget approval, and any addition, guidance, and support. We are here to support you in these and help you. Now, one of the things that is very important, if your club is asking the membership team to help you fund maybe hors d'oeuvres or plants that you might be putting in, anything that you would need for this. The only thing that we will not be able to give funds to is the purchase of alcohol. That is very important. So a lot of these clubs are doing, if they have alcohol served at these events, they are, you have to purchase yourself. They're not put on by Rotary. Next. So you're going to host your event. You're going to have, if you look at this image in the back, you see that they have their Rotary signs up. They have the join, they have the four-way test. They're wearing their Rotary pins. And you want to promote your event. And that's where Joe's going to talk a little bit about how to promote an event and things that you can do. You really want to make sure you're promoting this. You don't want to just throw it on Facebook and say, hope somebody comes. You really want to make sure you're out there talking. You want to host it as planned. Yes, things are going to come up. Things are going to change. You might get a weather and have to change the date, but really try to stick to what your original plan was. And you really want to engage attendees and share the Rotary story. All your members who are attending this to be able to talk to new and potential members, have them share their story, have them talk when they're out there, not as a talking head up front, but talk to people one-on-one, have those conversations, engage with your people. This is your moment to make Rotary visible, approaching, and inspiring. Next. So as you can see here, here is an upcoming event that's going to be held by Glenville Rotary. They have a Rotary night out to connect with their community. And you can see on this, they're asking people, hey, are you interested in serving your community? Do you want a sense of belonging and a purpose? They're asking them to come join them. They're going to have a raffle that evening. They show an image of their club doing a cleanup, doing good work. They have a QR code. They have where it's going to be. They have believe there is good in the world. So this is all kinds of public imaging that they are sharing to get people to come. They're going to share this on social media. Their club members are going to be talking about it. It'll be posted around so that people can enjoy. Ask your club members to share it on their social media. And then once your event is done, this is very important because people are like, how do we get our money? How does this happen? You're going to submit for reimbursement from us. After the event, you're going to gather your receipt and say, membership team, you guys said that I could use $250. Here's my receipts that are going to add up to that. It might be you have a $500 receipt for hors d'oeuvres and you need us to reimburse you for 200 of it or 250 of it. We just need to make sure that all our funds are going where they need to go. You're going to submit those receipts and you're going to ask the membership team for a reimbursement form from the district. So you'll fill out that form and that will be reimbursed because that is already approved. Now, there's a couple other things that we're going to talk real quick about. I'm going to ask Dave Perkins to come on. So we talk about growing membership and support, and I'm talking about these membership drivers, and you're going, well, we don't know what to do. Where do we start? Dave Perkins is part of our membership team, and he has been working with some of our smaller clubs, and other clubs are allowed to join into his monthly meeting. Dave, why don't you talk about what kind of support you are giving to these clubs and how they're coming up with ways to grow these small clubs?
Yeah, the impetus of this is I'm a member of a small club, and small clubs can't do as much as some big clubs. And sometimes when you're talking within your team in your Rotary Club, not everybody is on the same page. Not everybody is thinking we need to grow membership or they're focused on it. So the team that we put together from clubs that were maybe 20 members and less, so very, very small teams, but obviously we can open it up to more, is just get a chance for the membership chairs or the presidents to talk amongst ourselves. So right now we've got a group of about 6 different Rotary clubs, and we're sharing ideas of this is the kind of thing we've tried. What if we tried this? We had our first meeting last month. We've got our next meeting coming up this month, and we agreed as a team that let's give each other homework. And so our homework for this week or this month is to figure out how to describe Rotary to someone else. And this is something I think we all struggle with is, okay, what is Rotary? What do we do? How can you tell it in a way that's very, very simple for people to understand that gets them to engage? So that's what our challenge is this week this month is to kind of describe that, and we'll bounce the ideas amongst each other to see what else works. we've got other ideas that our clubs and some of the other clubs in our group have tried events. So we'll be talking about some of those events and things that we've done to bring recruits in. For us to do a meet and greet in the town of Tully, it's not that big, so we probably wouldn't get that many. We could do it, but the other thing we've done is we have projects that engage the larger community. So every year we give away tree seedlings that we get from the Saratoga DEC. It doesn't cost us much money. I think we've given away 2,500 trees so far. Most people donate money back to us, but the great thing about that is it gets us to meet the people in the town, and we get their emails and their phone numbers. And we ask them when they sign up for the trees, what do you want? And do you want to know more about Rotary? So those are very strong leads for us if people want to learn more. And then for them, we'll do a one-on-one coffee with them to kind of encourage them to find out more and explain what's going on. So these meetings that we're having are monthly meetings, and the goal is just to brainstorm ideas and really target in on some specific things, and just give you a chance for small clubs to talk to people, other members of small clubs that are trying to grow.
Thanks, Dave. And that's another type of thing that's different than having a trivia night or a meet and greet. Dave's talking about doing a community project in his community, giving away trees. And that is something that the membership team can get behind too, because not every club is in a big area where they can do something huge like a trivia night or get to know us. That's a hands-on, one-on-one community event where you get to talk to people one-on-one, working side by side. So Dave, I really appreciate that. And if anybody wants to reach out to Dave, his email address is right on the website under membership. If you can't find him, reach out to me and I will happily connect the two of you. I'm going to turn this over to Pam. She's got some great stuff to talk about DEI.
All right, thank you. For those of you who don't know me, I'm Pam Baxter. I'm the district DEI chair. And to lead off from Dave and Kimmy's, I will share with you, for those of you who are not good at networking, or for me, that's very outside my comfort zone. Consider a tag team approach. If you have someone in your club who is really good at that first approaching someone they don't know, have them approach someone, then have them introduce and hand that person off to you, and then let you start to have that conversation. I know I've done that with some members of our club, and it seems to work out really good. So, and a great way to start a conversation is to ask people, what's your passion? What's your cause or passion? So that's a great way to start a conversation. So I want to talk a little bit about how DEI works with membership and public image. And basically, DEI is a little different because technically we are a committee, but we're really not a standalone or a side program. DEI is really the foundation in everything that we do in Rotary. So it's all about inclusion and making a space where people are comfortable. And that space is going to look different for everybody. So a lot of clubs treat DEI as like an optional committee or as an initiative, but it's really the operating system of how we grow Rotary and how our public image is perceived. So who we include in our club, in our events, that's who we attract. So in this picture, I just did this for a little fun. If the only people that are in our club looks like the top picture, we may not have a lot of other people who are comfortable walking into that scenario. We may not attract people that look any different than that scenario. Whereas if we look a little bit more like the bottom picture, where we have a complete diversity of age, of gender, of ability, of race, of religion, of interests, you're going to have a much more inclusive club. You're going to have a much more dynamic club. So think about that when you're doing events, especially. You want to bring in people, whether it be other Rotarians. You want to make your club and Rotary look as diverse as possible in what its interests are, what its appearances are, because that's how you're going to attract different people. Because that's always a question. Well, how do we diversify our club? Well, the club culture that you create is the invitation. So also when you are looking at setting up your events, think about who's coming. Think about who might come, not just who is in your club. Is the space accessible to someone who is in a wheelchair? Is there parking for somebody who maybe uses a walker or has difficulty walking? If you're using visuals, are you using audio visuals? Are you using a variety of those so that someone who maybe has macular degeneration who can't see a small print program, is there an option? So, and those are things we should be thinking about every single time we do something, not just for a special event. Your meetings, are your meetings in a space that are accessible to everyone? So one of the reasons that DEI is important is not just in bringing people in, but it shows up very clearly in who stays in Rotary. So typically new members don't leave because of dues or service. They leave because they don't feel seen or heard or valued. So think about your clubs. Do you have an onboarding program? Do you have a mentorship program? How do you bring new members in? You bring them in, you got them to sign the paper, you got them to write you a check. Okay, we're done, we're good. No, hopefully that's not it. So work on developing some type of a onboarding process. And if you need help with that, talk to Kimmy. The other thing is get to know your members. And this is as important with your existing members as it is with new members. Do you really know your members? It's a good conversation to have. That's why I don't like them. So for new members, why did they join? As I said before, a talking point. What's your passion? So I'm one of the founding members of the new Mosaic Rotary Club. Albany Mosaic, we are a companion club to Albany Rotary Legacy Club. And our very first meeting together, which was in person, we all met together and we literally went around and said, introduce yourself, tell us about your profession. What do you do in your business or your profession? And what's your passion? What is it that interests you? Because if you're interested in some type of a community organization, some type of a service project, well, let's bring Rotary into that. Let's make it our passion. So that gives ownership to your members. Next slide, Joe. So when you think about that, make sure that you're including, that you're really getting to know your members. Making them feel valued, making their interests part of the club's interests, that gives them a sense of belonging. When you are utilizing your public image is part of our recruitment tool. So if all I see is pictures of people that aren't doing anything that I have interest in, or a group of people that don't look anything like me, I'm probably not going to be inclined to be involved. So when we're talking about different communities, people notice or people who notice who are and who are not at the table. So think about that. So this picture here is our charter members of our new Albany Mosaic Club with a little digital magic, because we had a couple of members who weren't in there for the picture, so they've been added on. So don't mind the little bit of wonkiness. And I will note that Albany Mosaic has the first Rotary gnome. So that is Henry Bella gnome that you see standing in the corner there. And he is the Central New York Capital Region tourism gnome. So representation is important. As you can see, our club is very diverse. We have a wide variety of both private industry, we have public servants, we have independent business owners. We have a great diversity in our club. And I will tell you that as both as a companion club and as a club that is very diverse, utilizing our public image, showing what we're doing, highlighting our members. I have had a number of people who have reached out to me and said, "Hey, I want to know more about this. How do we get involved?" I've been in Rotary 20 years. I've never had that experience before. It's the greatest feeling in the world, not just to go out and approach someone and say, "We want to bring you in," but to have somebody come to us and say, "Hey, we want to be a part of this." So inclusive clubs should look like your communities. Part of how we do that is we enter other people's communities, whether it be an organization, a gathering of a nonprofit or a service activity. Go into that, become involved in it, get to know the people involved. That's how we invite people into our group. A strong DEI lens helps the club to broaden as they are reaching out to other community organizations. As you do that, you are going to attract younger and more diverse members. And when you go into another community, another organization, another activity, that's giving you credibility. That gives Rotary credibility as a community member, as a community partner. And those are the activities, even if it's not your organization or your activity, take pictures, post that on your website, promote other service organizations that are doing good work. That's part of how we build community. Next slide, Joe. So aligning membership, public image, DEI, we're all one big happy family. It all works together. And as I said, DEI is not an add-on. It's a part of everything that we do in Rotary. It's how we create a sense of belonging. It's how we create a space where people are comfortable, where people have ownership, where people are proud to say, "I'm a part of this Rotary Club." The other part is that if your club doesn't fit in this model, so to speak, how do we fix it? Do we fix one step at a time? Do we say, okay, well, we're going to focus on membership right now. We're not going to worry about public image. We're not going to worry about our club leadership. It doesn't work that way. It's all integral. So your membership team has to look and say, who are we missing in our club? Your public image team looks and says, how inclusive are we? Are we sharing our stories? Are we being authentic? Are we telling the public, the world, who we are and what we do? And your club leadership needs to be a part of this. So as I said, DEI it's embedded into everything you do. And in the long run, it is how we build strength in our clubs, and it's how we build membership in our clubs. So if you are planning events, if you are trying to look at your club and say, okay, we don't know, are we being inclusive? Reach out to me, please. There are a lot of little things that we as Rotarians, I think, it's a habit. We've always done it this way, and maybe we don't realize that by always doing it this way, we're excluding people. And it's not intentional. It's not done in a mean way or an intentional way necessarily. It's either a matter of not recognizing, not realizing. So, reach out. I would love to come visit your club. I would love to sit down and have a conversation. Sometimes things are as simple as having a conversation, very real conversations, and realizing that, we had a member who all of a sudden they stopped showing up when we didn't know why. And sometimes just a simple conversation can bring that to light. So remember that DEI is not an initiative. It's how we create belonging in our clubs, we strengthen our public image, and we grow Rotary not just for now, but for the future. Back to you, Joe.
Right.
Thanks.
So, yeah, I only have a couple of slides for everyone today, and I would definitely book Pam for your club. I booked her for Utica for the first Thursday in May if anyone's around and wants to come to our club meeting Thursday at 12 at Mid York Library in Utica. But yeah, I agree with just how kind of Pam mentioned the DEI touches everything. So does public image and promoting, whether it be events, whether it's your membership drivers, your service projects, kind of the things you're doing in your club, that your club is a fun place to be, is very important and it matters. So I'm only going to touch on two things today. The first is for promoting events. To the right, I took some images of some recent club events that are posted or have taken place in the last 4 or 5 months. You see, Baldwinsville has a pizza event coming up. There's a blood drive that happened in Albany Rotary in September. And then the poster to the right was a Thanksgiving um, event that was done by Mohawk Valley Rotary. And for those that they're in the more like the Ilion region of in Herkimer County. Nice club there. So these are just a couple graphics they used. So if you have someone in your club that has artistic talents, which I will tell you all is not me personally. I am a writer by trade, but I have no graphic ability whatsoever. So I definitely lean on, we have a great guy in Utica, Devin Hoffman, who is great at making graphics at the district level. So many Lizzie and Stacy in Kimmy's club, who's on our public image committee. And also Pam is also a very talented graphics person with different promotional things that she's made. So lean on these people in your clubs when you have an event to see if they're willing to create a catchy flyer for you. Another good topic or way to do it is a Facebook event. They're really easy to make. You're on your club's page. If you have social media access, there's usually a little more button. You can create an event. And the good thing about that is it kind of expands to more people than just doing a post on it because every single person that follows the club, that sees that event that's posted every time they engage with it and say that they're interested in the event or they're going to the event, it typically goes to in their news feed and all their friends and family members see it. So making a Facebook event for some of your larger events or community events is always a good tool to get people to come and then distribute it in multiple places or platforms or ways, right? So, like a lot of times people think digital today, right? My generation, make a Facebook event, do a social media post, but don't forget about the traditional ways as well. If you have a flyer, print it out, take it to the local library. I don't know if people, they still tape posters on light posts and that kind of a thing, right? Or you find a community board. Share it with your friends. A good way is to either one, if you're on social media or online, tagging different involved parties or friends and things that they're involved in. The other option is to asking community partners to spread the word. So I don't know how your club does it in Utica. We have a membership to the Chamber of Commerce locally. One of the benefits of being a member is that they have a weekly newsletter that they send out. Sometimes you don't even have to do anything graphically skilled. You just email one person at the chamber, or I'm sure if you faxed it, they would get it too and help you out, and they put it in their member mention, send it out. Sometimes if it's a really big event, they'll even do a signature, like standalone email for you or outreach. So rely on your community partners, ask for help. Usually they're more than happy to help, nonprofits like Rotary doing good things in the community. And then the other thing I wanted to chat with was just promoting overall club activities. So it goes kind of beyond just membership drivers and events. But one thing that's helpful is showing the experience, right? We're very trained, and even in the public relations space, to go and say, hey, we had a meeting, or just give people the basic stuff like, look, here's our meeting. It was a great time. If that's all you have the time to do, by all means, do that. But anytime you can show the experience of an up close picture, like these members doing a project or smiling in a looks like a food truck of sorts. Maybe I don't know. We got the picture off, but and then you see Lizzie up top with some people, and then the bottom picture is from our Utica Rotary tree planting that we do. Anytime you can show people the experience versus just saying, "Hey, we do tree plantings," or we meet up at X place. You show them, you show yourself having a good time. It goes a long way. The other is to empower your members to be ambassadors. So I always like to quote my friend Canada Joe, as I call him, Joe Solway, up in the Toronto area, and he's very involved in public image at the zone level. He's on their committee. He always says, "Be the brand." That he always promotes that. So wearing your Rotary gear out, and also too, just thinking of where you're at. If you and another Rotary person are at a Chamber of Commerce event, or the town that you're in has a Christmas tree lighting, or a hot chocolate, or this weekend Syracuse has a Winterfest. If you have if you're there with other Rotary people, even if you're not technically at a Rotary function, it's okay to take pictures. Either put it on social media yourself, or ask your club peers that do that kind of thing for you to share it. It shows that Rotary people go out together. They have friends. Together. They enjoy more than just the planned Rotary events with one another. So it makes shows that experience, and it shows that we're a fun place to be. Because when you think about it, yes, there are people that join Rotary because they want to do service projects. Yes, they join Rotary because they want to network possibly and grow themselves professionally. But also, there's a lot of studies out there about how people are just sorely missing or dying to have their third place, right? Because home, work is your first and second place. Third place for many years used to be church for people, but times have changed. Some, are maybe not going down that path, but people are looking for what's that other thing in their life that they're missing. And Rotary can be that for so many people. And I know it is for a lot of us. So showing yourselves having fun, in different events, not just Rotary stuff, is a good way to do that. And then lastly, just please use proper branding. All the flyers that were on the previous page that you'll see in the slide deck that will get emailed to you guys, and all the registered participants, they all use the proper logo, and just please follow those guidelines. The Brand Center is a great tool. And whenever you have questions or you're not sure, you can always email news@cnyrotary.org, and I'll take a look and get back to you on feedback of whether something is properly branded. So, like I said, public image touches a lot of things. We promote stuff for a lot of the different committees. Collaboration is important. So now that we've kind of all touched on our separate areas, I'm going to turn it over to Syracuse Intercity Rotary President, Janelle Krause, who's kind of used all of these tools. And she's also what I call a Gold Star district committee person, because she's on multiple committees and very involved. And she'll kind of talk about how they've used it in a couple of different ways, and also how their club has seen great growth this year. So I will turn it over to Janelle.
Thank you so much. What a wonderful introduction, Joe. I appreciate it. Yes, so as Joe said, I'm the club president of Syracuse Intercity Rotary in Syracuse, New York. I also serve on the DEI committee and the public image committee. I really do believe that a strong membership chair and drives public image conversations about diversity, inclusivity, accessibility are all very important. These are basically how you can concrete your membership, get growth, engagement, and retention. So yes, we had 15 new members since January 2025. A lot has to do with our strategies starting then 6 months before my presidency, because we had goals and we knew that's what we wanted to achieve. The club was about 7 to 11 members when I joined, and we are at a total of 25 now, 11 new members since this fiscal year. And I'll show you and tell you how we managed to do that. So you'll see some pictures there, a lot of fellowship in those pictures. So that's one thing that we did. We had a lot of activities together. That is very important. Be consistently offering service projects, social events, go to district conference, go to RLI, Rotary Leadership Institute together. That is the most important part, I believe, is doing these things together and not having just certain individuals 1, 2, maybe people go to the events, but actually having as many members as possible going participate in the district membership orientation. We've gotten a lot of feedback and it's been great. They love getting together. They're learning a lot. And that's the part after you do, hook the members, via social event or just organically. That's the engagement part. You engage them, you get them to go together with each other to these events. Take advantage of the opportunities and do these things, and you will get growth and membership engagement. Ask them to be a club leader. This is kind of the retention part. So, yeah, we got them engaged, but how do we kind of keep them indefinitely into the future so that they keep growing as a Rotarian? So asking them to be a club leader, involve them in important decisions, ask for their feedback, call them on the phone just to talk Rotary. If they haven't showed up for an event or a meeting for a while, call them up, talk about Rotary. My personal takeaway too, we talk about membership a lot. We got to get members. But fellowship and service seems to be the top reasons that I see that people join Rotary. So friendship, service projects, and making people feel like they belong, that they're welcomed, that we're a family, that they have a friend that they can go to. My personal takeaway has been be yourself. People have responded to the authenticity, the openness, and we invite everybody, non-Rotarians alike, everybody to our events. I'll describe a few of these pictures on the screen. The top left is actually a very interesting story. Back when our meeting location was not available, we had to think quick on our feet and find another place to meet. So we met up at one of the cafes. I think it was Cafe Kubal in Syracuse. On the top left, those are all Rotarians. I think we were the only, there's 12 of us, and I think we're the only, except for 2 people. Building this restaurant, this cafe was filled with Rotarians. They loved it. We had an informal, relaxed meeting. People we talked about upcoming events, what's going on in the community. And it was a great fellowship thing. People liked it so much they thought we were going to have our permanent meetings there. And I was like, I don't know. So the top right, actually, that photo there's 3 people. They were actually digging holes to plant trees. And we volunteered for another organization. It was our monthly service project, and we did it with Onondaga Earth Corps in Syracuse. And we went and plant trees, and we took this photo, and somehow Onondaga Earth Corps got one of these photos. I don't think it was that specific one. I think it was a different one. It was one a lot like that one, and it was put into Onondaga Earth Corps' monthly newsletter. The bottom left photo is a picture of various people. Some are Rotarians, non-Rotarians. Some, I think that we actually made them a member afterwards. So that was a social event that we had at a rooftop restaurant and bar in Syracuse. And actually in the center on the right, we actually selected our president-elect for upcoming, and she's a brand new Rotarian, and we joke and kid, but she was actually at Rotary Leadership Institute when she was 8 days old as a Rotarian. The bottom right picture is a picture of fellow club members. I think they're all club members. Yeah. I don't know who Santa is. I don't actually know. A picture of us at a recent Christmas tree lighting on the south side of Syracuse. Turned out to be a wonderful fellowship project. So as you can see, a lot of the growth had to do with belonging, making people feel welcome. And yeah, I mean, all of this stuff goes hand in hand. I don't think that you can have one and not the other. I just don't think that, if you had just one piece of it and you didn't have the others, because I do remember us trying to get members before, but once we added a strong membership chair, a good team there, reaching out to various people in the community, and having our monthly service projects and monthly social events, and improving our public image using the accurate updated branding and logos, and having conversations about our diversity. We had diversity. We are in the city of Syracuse, so we have a very diverse community, generally speaking, but we knew that we wanted to continue that. So we just stay conscious and we make sure that our meeting locations, are they accessible? We make sure everyone is able to hear in the meetings. They can log on virtually, giving them options. If you stay conscious and on top of this, you'll see that you'll get a range of different people perspectives and experiences and skills. And it's just really great when these people get together with all the different experience. The collaboration is it's just amazing to watch. I can watch one of our meeting videos and I can be laughing, cracking up 1 minute and then crying the next, because it's just so beautiful when people come together for the good. And that's why I love Rotary, because it's all good stuff. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Janelle, for that. So like we said before, Janelle has had some great club growth, and if you would like to reach out to Janelle, you can reach out and pick her brain on a couple of different things that she has done. So a couple of things, we've talked about here. We got, can I afford to do something? We got that out of the way right away. Joe, do you still have grants available for public image if somebody wanted to be able to do a branding and be able to get their image out there in the community to help grow?
Yeah, so we still have public image grants available. Pretty much it's on a rolling basis until the money runs out. And I have not been yelled at by the treasurer, so I assume that I believe there is still plenty of funds. Melissa Grafton Ward, who was the public image chair before me, is our public image grant coordinator. There's an article on the news network, and if you go on the public image page, you should be able to find information about that process. And yeah, and also too, I will just give a plug. I'm sure Kimmy will mention it. The registration is open for District Learning Assembly, which is going to be in March down in Johnson City. RLI is also registration is open for that. There are two separate registrations for those different things, so make sure that I know the District Learning Assembly one is on our website. I know the RLI website, I think if you go on the RLL site, is where you can register for the event in Johnson City. But the same day, it starts with the RLI in the morning, and then in the afternoon is when Learning Assembly starts. So if you have club members that are wanting to learn in that, we've packed all of that in one day. I believe RLI is $25 a person because the district has made it available at a lower price so that more people can do it. They funded that, and the Learning Assembly in the afternoon is free. So hopefully you will be available, and we'll take the trip down to Johnson City.
And that's a great place for people to connect. I am a huge person about collaboration, hence the reason why we're doing this tonight, because it's all about collaboration. When you're looking at, membership drivers and, there are things that we're going to do another section on companion clubs to grow your clubs and how to do that. Pam has done a wonderful job on creating a companion club that chartered in December, and the Albany Club was really excited about growing their membership and welcomed a companion club. So that will be one of our next sessions for everybody. But collaborate together. Just because you are two clubs close to each other doesn't mean that you can't grow membership together. I am from Schenectady County, and we have 5 Rotary clubs in Schenectady County, and 3 of them meet in my town. And we grow each other. So if my meeting for the Scotia Club doesn't fit somebody, well, you know what? They might fit better into Glenville, or they might fit better into Schenectady East. Also, everybody has their own passion. So when you're growing membership, remember that your club might be focused on one thing. You say, hey, you know what? I know that Schenectady is really into food insecurity and education. So that person you're talking to might be a better fit. It's not quote unquote stealing members from another club. Rotary is one umbrella, and we really work together and collaborate together. So remember, if you meet somebody who you think is going to be amazing and somebody who's going to be great for Rotary, share them. If they don't fit into your club, share them with another club. Dave Perkins, I can tell you. Dave, your club does something to meet members where they're at so that you can grow those members. How does your meeting work each month, real quick?
Yeah, we've got a couple of different things. One of the things we wanted was a social event. And so the social event we do every month is what we call a business backstory, where we go visit a local business. And so we can invite, it's a great reason to invite new members. And every time we've done 49 of them so far. Every time you think this is, yeah, maybe it's not going to be that interesting. It's fascinating. And the businesses love getting people in there, telling their story, how they started. At the end of it, we use it on social media. We invite people to come. And then at the end of it, we give them a little plaque. The plaque costs us $4 for a frame from Walmart, and we print out a certificate in it. But they proudly put it up in every one of their businesses, and it's a really simple way to get people out in the community and a reason to invite guests to come. Maybe they don't want to come for a 7 o'clock breakfast meeting, but something after work at the coffee shop or at the new business in town. It's fascinating. So I'd recommend you think about that. I'd be glad to share details of how we set ours up. It's not a heavy lift, but it's a great way to get members engaged as they look out and find clubs, businesses to talk to. So,
And Dave, you have 4 different meetings a month, right? Am I correct? You have.
or we have the breakfast meeting every Thursday morning, the first Thursday of the month, which we invite people to. The second meeting is a online meeting. The third meeting we do the usually some sort of service project, and then the fourth one of the month is the business backstory.
Excellent. So that's kind of a way, if you're looking at reinventing your club and changing things up to grow your membership also. You're not excluding anybody. I know my Rotary Club meets every Tuesday for 100 years for lunch, and we all love it. I am an old singing club. We ring the bell. We have a song to greet our visitors that we sing. I love my club. But with my times of changing for work, I can't always make my club meeting. Luckily, I have 5 clubs that I can join another club's meeting. But having that option and changing it up a little bit is something that if anybody is interested in, to reach out to Dave. We'll probably talk a little bit more about that next month when we talk about companion and satellite clubs and how to grow your Rotary clubs through that way. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to open it up for any questions or comments. If you think of one later on, feel free to email any one of us on the team here. We'll be happy to get back to you from Public Image to DEI. If you want to reach out to Janelle for membership, we'll be happy to talk to any one of you. So the floor is open.
Kimmy, let me piggyback off of what Dave said. Our experience has been that it is much easier and more effective to introduce someone to Rotary at an event rather than a meeting. I know that's not traditional because the common wisdom says meet someone, tell them about Rotary, invite them to a meeting. We've found that it works much better to get to know them and for them to get to know us at either a social event or a service project. And we've had really quite good success with that.
Yeah, that makes sense, Kevin. And I think, if you ask somebody, do you want to go to a meeting? Like, no, I don't want to go to a meeting. That'd be the least interesting thing I could do. So if you have a real event that you can do, we're going to go, we're going to go work at the Samaritan Center. We're going to make sandwiches. We're going to do a business backstory. It's a much more interesting thing than a meeting. And our meetings is kind of like yours, Kimmy. We sing, we say the pledge, all those things. It's strange for people to come and see. And so having an event is a place that you can go, you can meet them, you can get to know the people. It's very comforting. They don't have to wonder, okay, what are the happy dollars? What's going on here? It's just an easy way to get people in before you spring maybe your breakfast or your lunch meeting with them.
And you're doing something good together, right? You're building that relationship and doing good for your community, and people need that. They love that.
And Dave, those 4 pictures that Janelle showed earlier, 3 out of those 4 pictures resulted in us getting a new member.
Nice. Very nice.
Kimmy?
Yeah, actually, Janelle, how big is your? I was inner city now. It used to be quite small.
We're 25, and we'll be inducting our 26th in about 10 days.
Kevin Fallis, strong membership chair right there. Give him a round of applause.
Matt Adler, you had something to say.
Well, actually, I do about one of the club mixers that we have. However, Carolyn Wright, are you still on the call? I see her name, but I don't know if she's still on. Well, I guess I will talk about it. We're fortunate enough that in our community we have a winery. So as you said earlier, Rotary is not going to fund alcohol, but it's certainly a nice environment to have a membership mixer. And we did one. We've actually done one several years in a row, but we did one I think last June, and we invited the community. We used Facebook for it, among other media, and we brought in probably 8 or 9 potential members, and we explained what our club did. We showed the fun that our club has together, and we brought in 4 new members from that event. And we're a membership of about 65 in Owego.
And just because you're having it at a brewery or a winery doesn't mean that you can't apply for the membership funds, because we are happy to buy the cheese or the vegetable platters or fruit platters. Pam has used this for one of her mixers to get to know us. We brought the appetizers for them to grow that new companion club. So we're happy to do that. We just can't physically purchase the alcohol, but wineries, breweries, those are places that are great. I mean, you might even be doing a volunteering at a school event or something like that and want to have little packages of goldfish that have Rotary on it. Those are different things that, I mean, be creative with what you guys are thinking about doing.
The other thing, Kimmy, that I think somebody asked, that when somebody says, "What's Rotary?" So Kimmy's heard some of this before, but one of the things is, because it kind of catches you off guard, and it shouldn't, but it does catch you off guard, is people have heard me use the word JET, J-E-T. So J is for join leaders, E is for exchange ideas, and T is for take action. And if you think of it, we're all leaders in our community. We exchange ideas on how to make our community better. And then what do? We get things done. We take action. So I always tell people to use that. The other thing, which again, Kimmy, I know you've heard, and we got this years ago when I was district governor. I had heard it years ago from a motivational speaker who's a Rotarian, Michelangelo Caruso. And I asked him if I can use this, and I use this monthly, and I used to use it daily as a district governor, is when somebody asks me what Rotary is, I tell people that, excluding marrying my wife and the birth of my 2 children, Rotary is the best decision I've ever made. So the minute that you say that, people are kind of like taken back. And the next thing they say to you is, why? When they say why, you're not selling Rotary anymore. They're asking you about Rotary. And there's a big difference. So then you have to have a come back and say, whatever you feel comfortable with. I say, it's made me a better person. It's given me the opportunity to meet incredible people and so forth. But whatever works, just think about it.
Tell your story, right? That's what Pam and Janelle talked about. Tell your story. It's personal. Like, why are you here? Why am I a Rotarian? And I can tell you 4 stories. I won't do it right now, but I can tell you 4 stories on how Rotary has changed my life and the reason why I do what I do. Anybody else on the floor?
Excuse me. I got a couple things, and I'll be quick. We have our Northville Rotary. We have our annual woodworker and fine arts show, and a lot of times I'm there as the greeter, welcoming people there. I had one woman turn around and say, "Well, what does Rotary do? Isn't it an old man's drinking club?" On that. So fortunately, my wife was president at the time, and she was across the way. And I said, "You see that lady over there? She's the president of the club, and it's not a drinking club." So it kind of got me thinking about our publicity. And if you see in my background there, when I go into a village or a town, sometimes you see signs, a clubhouse or a public bench or something's been donated by the club. Our Rotary Club was fortunate to be able to donate a kayak launch to the village on that. So that sign's up there. Everybody drives by it, sees what they do on it. We also have
an accessible kayak launch launch.
Absolutely, handicapped accessible on it. The village put together and did the site work on it. It was a collaborative thing. So, it shows every day when people go by it, what does Rotary do? And the last thing I'd say is kind of an old-time media, but Northville Edinburgh has the Edinburgh newsletter, which is a monthly newsletter. It's actually like a newspaper put out, and our Rotary Club has a story in it every month of what Rotary does, whether it's with the food programs, whether it's our membership and that. So kind of hitting it from all different plus Facebook. Okay, that's it.
And that's true, right? That those comments, you're talking about, you have a sign. I can tell you that in Collins Park, we have Rotary Row, which has a rose garden, and it has a bicycle, and the wheels are the Rotary wheels, and we've got park benches. And our club put in a water filtration system so those plants don't die. And people can go and sit and watch the kids play on the playground. Those subliminal little things in your town, we as Rotarians just sometimes don't see it, but they're there, and people are like, oh, the Rotary did that. Or it shouldn't be the Rotary, we should say Rotary did that. But those little things, having signs, people are like, oh, but when you're out, putting in the newspaper or the newsletters in your area or on social media, things that you are doing, there might be somebody in your community who has a passion for that and really wants to get involved and didn't know where to look. So by educating people on what you do is giving you potential members because they didn't know where to look or who to turn to be able to partner together. So always put out your address for your club, maybe your meeting times. Make sure that those are visible, and maybe a contact person. If you're doing a story and you're putting it into the newsletter, put President Janelle Kraus, Rotary Club of, with a contact information so that people know who to contact and how to get there. Those are just little tips and tricks that can help. And also, helps your retention to feature somebody in your club. If somebody has started a project, or somebody has an idea, maybe your clubs can help fund those projects and they can bring their friends in to help with those projects. Feature them. Our club members really want to, we talk about getting new club members all the time, but we have all these club members who are already in our club. Let's feature them. They're doing great things, and your community wants to hear great things. They want to hear what's going on that's amazing in your community that people have done. Feature some of your Rotarians who are doing great things. Publicize it, let them know, put it on social media, put it out in the paper. Remember that retention part of our members also. Anybody else?
I want to plug District Learning Assembly again. Companion clubs, something that I've been involved in starting Mosaic. It is an absolutely fantastic way to grow your Rotary Club. Albany Rotary's membership went up by 9 members, and they as a club did nothing. It is a great way to grow your club. So you'll want to come to District Learning Assembly and learn about that. It's an absolutely fantastic tool to grow Rotary.
It Go ahead. I think I heard somebody talk. Was there somebody who wanted to say something?
I thought someone was also talking. I was gonna let them go first if they wanted to. So I was just gonna say that, and also maybe a preview of those learning opportunities. Pam and I are planning our 2 committees to have a mid-February training on accessibility, since that came up a lot today. On the PI public image side, we'll be talking about some stuff like alt text and accessible meeting spaces, thinking about Zoom. And then Pam has a lot of other great things from the DEI perspective. So we'll be looking to do that mid-February. And then the other fun thing I wanted to say is, I know it's been a lot of the hustling and hard work of a lot of the Syracuse inner city Rotarians that have seen this grow. But I do think that amazing patterned shirt that Kevin was wearing in that bottom picture had to at least have equaled at least 2 members, because that was just incredibly fashionable. But
He can get all his shirts with our logo on it now. We have a place we go to and they can put our logo on everything now.
Also, make a note, April 11th is going to be the district conference. That registration is going to be coming out in the next week or so, and I will tell you, it's at Syracuse Marriott downtown. There is a wedding at the venue, so you want to get rooms quickly. If you have any thought of, if you want to come Friday night, we have a little bit of activities going on Friday night, and Sunday's going to be some service projects. So if you want to stay over, you want to book as soon as registration comes out. You can actually go on the website and get the link to book your rooms now if you'd like. So
And the room
keep
rates
your
I
eyes open
saw
for
are
that.
so good. They're so nice and low, and it's a very nice venue to stay at.
Yeah, it's a great hotel. It's an awesome hotel.
One more thing on Sunday after the conference. The conference is one day, and on Sunday we're encouraging people to stay over Saturday night. There'll be activities Saturday night, and Sunday is going to be a day of service. So Donna Adams, who is the service chair, was asked to put together some options for people to stay over Sunday and work on service projects. And I can't really spill the beans just yet, but I can tell you that there will be 4 options for Sunday service projects that will all be important, impactful, and a lot of fun. So I would encourage you, first of all, come to conference and stay over until Sunday.
And there's going to be some special dine arounds on Friday night. So if you want to come and make it a weekend, you can, but lots of options.
We are so excited.
I want to thank everybody for coming tonight. If your club has done something great and you've done one of these events, or you said, hey, you know what? We gained a lot of members by doing this. I encourage you to please send us like a little blurb about what you did and how you did it. Because membership would really love to feature these on the CNY network page on membership. So reach out to us. We want to hear your good stories. We want to see things that you're doing. If you're like, hey, I really was thinking about doing this and I don't know how to do it, reach out to Dave, Matt, Dave Perkins, Matt Adler, and I. We'll partner you. We'll help you through that. If you have a club who's already done it and have been very successful with it, we are happy to work together in collaboration with public image to make sure your flyers and everything are great, and DEI to go through and make sure all of our imaging is inclusive as we go. But reach out. We are all here to help, and we are all just a phone call away. So on that note, I will go ahead and end this session this evening. Thank you everybody for joining us. And we will hopefully see you next month when we talk about companion and satellite clubs.
And thanks, Kimmy.
Thank you, everybody.
Guys.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So Kimmy and Pam,
Yes.
I'm gonna be meeting up with Lizzie on Friday. I haven't seen her in a while, and I just wanted to get together with her for coffee. But I'm gonna express to her my plans, and then when you all have meetings, I know you all have meetings probably individually or something, or talk on the phone. I'm hoping it'll just trickle down and Lizzie can let everyone know. I will tell you this, that I want to volunteer for the conference that weekend because I'm sure you'll all need a lot of help. And I saw Pam as the next conference chair.
I am conference chair for the next 2 years, yes.
So kind of tag teaming on that. And it's so funny that I'm here tonight. You know, I got invited by the Public Image Committee to talk about the membership growth at my club. And Kimmy, when I first met you, I was saying that I really liked what you were doing when I met you, and they were calling it the Club Innovator or something like that.
Innovative Club Advocates.
Yeah, and I was like, oh, I want to do what Kimmy does. And this was like way before any of this happened with my Rotary Club, and I was like, that's what I want to do. Full circle.
It's all, it all comes back around. But yeah, I know Pam and I at conference are going to be working on is it conference we're doing or
I
DLA?
just say, are we doing Ground Rotary there? Or are we doing that at DLA? I don't know
I
anymore.
have to look at my notes.
I do
But we
too.
do have a couple of things. We do have a skit that's coming up for one of them. So if you would like to join us for our skit, that would be kind of fun. It's going to be one of the breakout sessions. So we're going to be looking for volunteers to join us. We're doing a couple classes. So, absolutely. We'd love to have you. I got to mix it up. I can't just have a talking head, right? So I've got to,
Yeah, okay.
I'm going to do a skit. So something fun, like a little bit of action and one-on-one.
Yeah, I've done that before, the other Rotary things. So yeah, I should probably be able to swing that. But I definitely want to be hands-on and volunteer for, whatever the conference, committee needs
Okay.
that weekend. I'm just gonna make myself available. Run around, whatever.
And
Got
if
a lot of energy.
if you're going to DLA, I'm doing one on listening, active listening, the art of listening. So I'll be talking about listening to what our members say and stuff. So you might have some good feedback for that too.
I love all of that. Yeah, clue me in if you want. A lot of the Rotary sessions, they all kind of were talking about you said active listening. I remember that was with a conflict resolution session that I took. And I don't know which one. I've taken so many Rotary sessions now, I can't remember what was what.
I always call it conflict management because there's always a resolution. It's just whether
Yeah.
you like the resolution or not.
Right.
Very cool. Very cool. Okay, well, good night. Thank you so much.
Thanks, Chanel. I really appreciate you being on tonight. All right,
Good night.
Pam.
My pleasure.
Good
Bye.
night.
Thank you, everybody. Great session.
Bye, Carol.
All right, I have to figure out how.